Buongiorno, everybody. Happy Monday. Oh, how are you all today? I started my day off great in the hot tub. It is freezing cold and windy out. It just felt so good to start the day in hot. So, if you don't have a hot tub, start your day off with, especially on a cold, wintry windy day like today, a hot shower or even a quick soak in a hot tub. It just gets your juices flowing, So, because it's so chilly out, and you know me, I have my coffee, which I have in the morning, but I don't drink coffee all day long. I'm not one of those people who sits with a pot on all day. One in the morning, one in the afternoon sometimes. But I do drink a lot of water. I drink a lot of water with lemon. And what I like in the winter sometimes is hot water with lemon or hot tea. I'm not a huge tea fan, but I am a huge fan of hot water with lemon, which then set me this morning to thinking, I have a lot of lemons right now that are getting ready to go. This one I zested the other day, but I put it in the fridge, but it's, it's firm. Then I got like this lime that has a brown spot on it. So I always have a lot of limes and lemons. Some, you know how they go. Sometimes they last longer and sometimes they don't. So today I'm going to show you what I do when I have a bunch of them like this that are getting ready to go and I don't have time to do something with them or enough water to drink to use them all up. So actually, first thing I'm going to do is get my cup. And yeah, I just got rid of my old teapot that was, way far too gone from the hard water we used to have. So I'm just using a little pot, which works just fine. So there's my hot water. And I'm going to start with this lemon that, let me put that down there. The lemon that I zested. Never throw away, if you, have a lemon you need the zest for, first of all, make sure they're organic. But secondly, just put it in the refrigerator and it'll stay. It'll get hard because that will make it harder, but you know what? It still works. See, the inside's fine. I'm just going to juice it. Sometimes I'll put a whole slice of lemon in my water, but sometimes, nice, it's all in there. So this is actually, I want to see how much it is. Let me get a spoon. So, every lemon is different. Some are really juicy and some are not. Okay. All right, so that's a teaspoon, which is really all I need. So if there's more in there, that's totally fine. All right, what's in my tea? I don't know. It's nothing. It's a spot on the bottom of the... That's all it takes. So good. Let it cool just a hair, because of course it just took it out boiling. So anyway, so what I want to show you today is just a quick kitchen tip that we're going to use, going forward for other things. So we're going to juice these lemons and limes. So if you have a bunch of them that one didn't want to stay on the top. You're going to juice your lemons. You can mix them. You can do some lime, some lemon. I'm going to separate them out. So let's get these ugly ones first. Usually, citrus fruit, it gets ugly on the outside, is usually still fine on the inside. But just always check it first. If it's mushy or something, then that's not good. But these are, firm. Just has a brown spot on the outside, but nobody wants to put a brown spot. You know how it is. It's like the bananas. They're the best when they're brown. Nobody wants to eat them. So what we do is we juice them so as not to waste. And we take our juice, make sure, see, one little seed went through anyway. One of those little skinny seeds. Damn skinny seeds. 2 of them. Boop. And then we fill our ice cube tray. Now I only fill them about halfway, which is probably a good teaspoon. This is actually one of those kind of skinny trays. So they're kind of skinny cubes. So look at that. That 1.5 lemons made me 4 cubes. 4 half cubes. I don't want them too big because maybe more lemon than I need. So then I can just throw 1 cube in my boiling water or with my tea, and I've got some lemon juice. I can take 1 cube and throw it with my chicken as I'm sauteing it, or whatever else you need lemon for. If you need it in a baking recipe, just take it out, take a cube out, put it in a little dish, let it thaw out. And then, you know, you've got ready-made juice. It's nice. It's like fresh, and it's not that, like those things that you buy at the store that looks like a lemon. It's a little squeeze bottle. It's adorable. I wish I had a little yellow squeeze bottle without the lemon juice that they have in it, because it probably has something in it to keep it fresh, which means it's a preservative. Can I tell you guys something funny? Speaking of preservatives, you know how, I think I may have told this story before, but I'm going to tell it again because we're talking about it. Things that you preserve, things that preserve things, are preservatives in English. Never say that with an O at the end in Italian, because that's not a preservative as we know it. In Italian, it's conservative, conservativo, something that conserves, you know, it's the same basic meaning. The other thing, look it up. It's something that you don't want to say, because first time I did, thank God it was a friend who told me what it meant. So, just a tip. Don't ever let anybody tell you that in Italy, because it's actually more embarrassing than a cuss word if you're not using it right in the wrong company. All right, I'll tell you. A preservative with an O at the end is a condom. So you don't want to say you want one of those in your tea, you know? It would be kind of funny, or not, depending on the company. God forbid you were somebody's old Italian grandmother. Oh, lucky for me. Like I said, lucky for me. Years ago, I was young, the first time I said it, and I was talking about, you know, or natural foods. So I'm going from this side of my lemon and this side of my lime. And, you know, it's funny. You can actually see the difference, even though this is a yellow container. You can see the difference in the color of the liquid. That was a juicy lime. I got an extra one out of it. Oh, another smidge. Let's see if I can squeeze out a little more. So, this is what we do. We freeze these. Then what you do after they're frozen completely, later today, tomorrow, whenever, you pop them out, put them in a Ziploc, label them lemon and lime. Make sure it's a freezer bag so that it, you know, is thicker and, you know, keeps the flavors out. And you've got no waste. You've saved your lemons and limes that are getting a little funky, but they're still good. But you know how it goes. They get one little spot, all of a sudden the whole thing is black and you got to throw it away. So do it before they get all ruined. And you can do one at a time. Just, you know, keep an ice cube tray. And, you know, just, you know, even if you just fill a couple and throw it in the freezer, you pop them out later. It doesn't take up too much space for too long. And then you got your baggie. But don't let anything go to waste. That is the #1 thing in Italian cooking. Waste nothing. But always use simple and good ingredients. These are currently good ingredients. I don't want them to go to waste. So there we go. Let me see if my hot water with lemon is ready for me yet. Oh, nice and tart. But you know, it's so cold. I need warm water. I need to drink a lot of water because I almost felt faint this morning. And I really think that between the wind and then yesterday, I was just working around the house so much that I really wasn't paying much attention. And I really don't think I drank too much water. And I really felt kind of, after I got out of the hot tub this morning, felt a little like woozy. And I'm like, you know, I think I need water. A little dehydrated. So let's go sit down and chat for a little bit. I'm going to finish these up later and throw these in the freezer. But you get the idea. This is a life lesson. Save your lemons. Don't lose the lemons or the limes. That's better. Look at the sun coming in on my head. It's craziness. So anyway, I want to talk about a subject today that I think has a lot of meaning for a lot of people. Neighborliness. So yesterday I was on Facebook for just a few minutes in between emptying boxes, taking one of my little breaks. And I saw a post in a neighborhood forum that I'm not going to get all into, somewhere near where I have a lot of friends. And, someone put in a complaint about, what are the hours, the noise ordinance and all that kind of stuff. And the story basically was that somebody had been kept up the night before, which was actually Halloween night, by some loud music until 2 a.m. Well, me. Actually, you don't know me, because usually, as much as I want to say stuff, I never say anything. Like, I don't stick my 2 cents in. I definitely don't stick my 2 cents on political things, on, the things that are really, truly contentious. But I did say something about, it's Halloween, it's Saturday night, and, it's a once in a while thing. If you got a real problem with it, because basically the point, what happened first, before I jumped in, a whole bunch of people, call the cops, call their non-emergency number, but call the cop, And I'm like, really? Is this how we make neighbors? So I thought, I have 6 kids, and we lived on a prominent corner for 22 years, right in the middle of town, neighbors around us, 2 blocks from the police station. And I remember one time somebody said to me, how do you get away with never getting busted? You're out in the middle. I said, yeah, hide in plain sight, but I'm also forthcoming. I let the neighbors know when we're going to have a party. And at 10 o'clock, if the boys are in the backyard playing music around the fire pit, I always told them to turn it down. The fact is, when I went outside, it was never as loud as it sounded to me, because it used to bounce off the house next door and come right into my bedroom, which was on that same driveway. And so it always sounded louder in my bedroom than it even sounded outside when I went out there to yell at them to turn it down. So, I was diligent as a parent. They were careful not to tick anybody off. I always told them to play it the music facing our house. So that way the speakers were facing in and not away. And yet sometimes I wonder if it didn't bounce off and sound louder, but anyway. But facing in towards them. And anytime we were having one of our big family parties, I let my neighbors know. First off, I often invited them. And then I would let people know, the couple houses near us, that, hey, we're having a graduation party. Hey, we're having, some other birthday party, whatever. We may be up late. We may be making a little noise. They all had my phone number. I made sure everybody had my phone number. If you have any problem, please just call me and I'll make everybody turn it down, if we miss it or if I'm not hearing it because I'm so busy. So that's what you do. It's neighborly on both sides. If you're the one making the noise, let people know around you ahead of time. Like, for example, Halloween night on a Saturday night, somebody's going to have a party. Then right away, everybody jumps in on how many people were they having a party during COVID? Well, more than likely, the reason the music was so loud probably was because they were doing the right thing and being outside. Maybe they were under a tent with one of those fire pits or something, or maybe not the fire pit, under the tent they would go up. But anyway, you know what I mean. So you don't know. And you know what? If it's really that offensive, get up and go out there and say, hey. Now, if you don't know where it's coming from, usually all you gotta do is stick your head out the door and you can tell the direction it's coming from. If it's that loud that it's coming from so far away that it's not convenient for you to go, then it's way bigger than you, and you can either call the police then, or, whatever, or just suck it up for one night. If it happens all the time, that's a different story. Then you call the police and say, hey, these people have parties every weekend and they make a lot of noise. They live 3 doors from me. I've said something nicely to them and it continues. That's when you go to the police. Because if they then don't do the neighborly thing when you did the neighborly thing, then you go the next level up. But how do you expect to make friends in this world? We all are here to be friends, to show people what's up. You know what I'm saying? We need to be an example for each other. Somebody said, oh, show them the respect they showed you. You know what? Be nice. People who, what do they say? That it's not the nice people that need love. It's the people who aren't as nice. Maybe they're not, it's not that those aren't nice people. Sometimes when you're in the middle of a party, it doesn't even sound loud to you. And it sounds louder elsewhere, like in my bedroom window. So, sometimes people don't realize it's as loud as it sounds elsewhere. So give people the benefit of the doubt. It's about respecting everybody and respect yourself for not being a you know, a jerk face. So it doesn't mean you're a jerk face if you call the cops, but I think it makes you a nicer person if you try to seek out where the party came from or whatever the issue is. You know, somebody then said, oh, those stupid leaf blowers at 7 in the morning. No kidding. Those are more offensive to me than music. Give me some music. I'll be happy to enjoy some music from the neighbor's house. But the leaf blowers and the lawnmowers at 7 o'clock in the morning, drives me nuts. But I never called the cops. And that's just as annoying as music at night. So where's the difference? Are we jealous somebody else is having fun and we're not? So anyway, I want to give you one last thing today. And as I was unpacking, I found something that I made a couple years ago. So hold on. So I was trying to come up with a cool gift idea for my husband. And I was being a total dork. And one of my favorite shows when I was a kid was I Dream of Jeannie. Who didn't love I Dream of Jeannie? And I loved her bottle. So I found this cool bottle and I got glass. It's like stained glass paint that you can put on a window and it looks like stained glass, which I did at my other house and it's so cool. And so I stained glass painted this bottle and I put it it has a cork top on it. And I put a rolled up piece. I used like a brown paper bag, and I cut it out like and I rolled it up like it was all edgy and I kind of burned the edges and made it look like a scroll. And then I kind of rolled it and stuck it out the top, and I was like, my little gift was, I'm your genie, what is your wish kind of thing, And it was so fun. But in the meantime, I have my cool bottle. Isn't that neat? You can design it however you want. In the meantime, I had found this bottle. Actually, I may have had this bottle, and I thought, it's a genie bottle. I went online, and I found that there was actually a specific bottle that bottle was made of, the original genie bottle. And it was this brand of liquor, was a liquor bottle. This is a blue one. Now, the one they had was without the handle. I couldn't find one without the handle at the time. But see how it's got the cool, this has like the shape. This is where, if you remember, inside here was where Jeannie had that cool, round couch around the edge and all the cool pillows. So this was the round part that bubbled out at the bottom. So this is what her bottle looked like. But this one has a handle. And I had every intention of possibly painting this one as well. Didn't get to it yet, but now I have it out. And, that one I don't know if I had a lid for, but I can, make my own. But this one was cool because this was actually a green bottle, this color green at the top. And so I just thought I'd share that with you. So, for the reason I'm showing you this is, we're coming into the holiday season and, we have so much junk. And we buy stuff just to buy stuff. So what I'm going to encourage people to do this year is make some gifts. This cost me all of, the few dollars it cost for the bottle. This I bought, I think, online somewhere, maybe on eBay. It was a few dollars. I forget. It wasn't a lot. And the paints I already had because I'd already used them for a project. But guarantee if you buy some of these glass paints, it's stained glass paint. You can do any window. Like right now I'm half thinking I could, some of these skylight things, sometimes a window, the light comes in so bright that it's blinding. And I thought, maybe I'll stain glass them and make them more Dorina-ish. But I don't know. We'll see. But anything that is made by hand. Now, okay, the grand scheme of things, a genie bottle isn't necessarily a useful item. But it is a cool decoration. If you're not already full of lots of junk where it's going to get lost, then don't make one. But if you do need kind of a romantic-y gift or a boyfriend gift or girlfriend gift, actually I don't know if it would be as good from a guy to a girl. Here, look, be my genie. No, I don't think so. But from a woman to a man, let me be your genie. You get 3 wishes, but that's it. But whatever way you want to do it, I thought it was kind of cute. And you can do with it whatever you want. If you don't paint it all the way up to the tippy top, maybe if you leave a rim, then you could use it for a liquor bottle. You can put your whiskey in it or your homemade, liqueurs in it and then use it as a serving bottle. Absolutely. Just make sure the glass bottle that you buy, like this one I bought at an art store, craft store. So this may or may not be the kind of glass that you can actually use. It doesn't say on the bottom. But this one that I bought that was a genie bottle, this one says liquor bottle on the bottom. This had liquor in it. So this could definitely put liquor in it and use it, you know, when you're serving your homemade liqueurs that we're going to make this year. We're going to make, we've done limoncello before, but we're going to make some other ones. So that'd be that'd be a big gift. But you know, that's a lot of liquor for a gift, you know, sometimes, but it's actually for somebody special it's not that much. You know, that'd be a nice gift to fill with a coffee liqueur or limoncello. The only thing with the limoncello is you like to keep, that's nicer kept in the freezer, and because it's got no, I take that back. If you make my cream one, it definitely has to stay in the freezer. If you make the one without the cream, I think you can leave it out, but it tastes better cold. So, but there's other ones that you can make and keep that you can put in here, and it, you know, stays. Alcohol's a preservative, a natural one. So anyway, so that's my first gift idea for you guys for this year. It's, you know, now it's beginning of November. So the month of November, at least once a week, I'm going to share some kind of a gift idea with you. Whether it's an idea from the kitchen, we will be making some things that are gifts from the kitchen that everybody appreciates. And let's start thinking now ahead of time about not giving gifts for the sake of giving gifts because you're supposed to. Let's give gifts because we want to, and let's put some thought into it. So that way, when you're at the table on Christmas Day, after you've opened all your presents, you guys are going to really have some cool stuff to talk about, because you're going to really, you know, have things that were meant to be for you specifically, because it was well thought out. You're going to appreciate it. They're going to appreciate it, and it's going to be fun. And there's nothing like the good feeling of giving. It really, 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 you know, just, I don't know, makes you feel good, you know? So that's what I have to say today. So start thinking now, start making a list of the people that you need to get gifts for, that you want to give gifts to, I should say. And start thinking creatively this year. How many people can you make a gift for? So make your list of people and get your ideas together. Maybe if you're totally lost, write down next to their name some of their likes and their hobbies. And if you want, you can throw them into the chat, and it'll give me ideas to give you ideas, because I am the queen of ideas. I'll tell you one really funny one real quick. Tino, my son, was in 5th grade, and he wanted more than anything an iPod Touch, and I said, no way you're getting that expensive of a gift. You know, I got 6 of you. I can't get all of you iPod Touches. You are not getting an iPod Touch. So I spent all the Christmas season telling him he wasn't getting it. I said, not get, I want an iPod, cry me a river. That's all it was, my answer. I was like, nope, I was mean mom. I was like, no, you're not getting an iPod Touch. In the meantime, did some extra catering jobs, whatever. And I got the iPod Touch, but I was a little sneaky about it. And I would, you know, it was kind of not, it was kind of mean, but it was kind of funny. So what I did was I bought a box, one of those little square boxes of tissues, and I very carefully with a knife opened the bottom. I think I told this story before. I feel like I'm repeating myself. But anyway, I stuck the iPod Touch in amongst the tissues, and then I re-glued the bottom of the box. So the top, you know, still had the plastic that was unsealed. I mean, it was sealed still, it was unbroken. So I wrapped it up, and he gets this box of tissues, and he opens it up, and he's like, and as he opens it, I go, cry me a river. And he's just like, oh, Mom, that's so mean, blah, 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 blah. But then as he's holding it, he feels it's a little heavy. And because everybody starts laughing. And he's like, wait a minute. He goes, but this is closed. He opens the box, and he finds the iPod Touch in there. How'd you do that? I was like, you know, mom secrets. But it was the best. We still laugh about it today. So sometimes it's not even what, I mean, yes, that was an extravagant gift. Sometimes it's not the gift itself, but the presentation and the anticipation. So really is, you know, it could have been for Angelina, it could have been a little pair of earrings in a tissue box, but something that's sealed. But I'm the queen of a lot of things. Of, you know, breaking something open very carefully with a really sharp razor blade or knife, and then gluing it back so it looks untouched. And so then you can sneak anything in, and everybody's like, wow, you know. And you're like, yeah, you know, That's me. So anyway, I absolutely love gift giving, but I do love it to have meaning. I like finding those things that people really like. I listen to things during the course of the year that they say, oh, I wish I had, or boy, I'd love to do, or love to have. So like I said, on the regular now, I will be throwing some ideas out at you, gift idea of the day or whatever, or of the week. We'll see how it turns out. But anyway, go squeeze all your lemons. You can do, what I was saying about the lemon juice and the lime juice, going back to the beginning of the day, you can do the same thing with oranges, grapefruits, whatever. And those are good to throw in a cake. Anytime you need some extra citrus, you know what? You've got it. The other thing you can do, which I was actually going to do and I completely forgot to, was you can zest to the outside. If the skins are still good, zest it, throw it in a Ziploc, make sure it's completely airtight, and throw that in the freezer too. That's easy enough to throw into a cake anytime you need it, or some cookies. It's never ever 100% as good as a fresh lime zest or a lemon zest. But even if you have, say you have one lemon and you need two, well, you got some in the freezer. Or even if you just add it to the one fresh one you have just to give it a little extra punch. Like I said, it may be 90% or 80% of the pungency of the real fresh, but it's still going to be there because the oils are still in there. They're gonna congeal and stay there. Anytime you put something in the refrigerator, it dries it out. Not cold enough, but when you put it in the freezer, it holds it. So, like I said, it may be a little less, but it's still good. So, does anybody have any questions about, the wonderful freezing of the lemons or the limes or whatever? I mean, it's pretty kind of straightforward, but, definitely try drinking a lot of tea this winter. Again, I wasn't always a big tea drinker. I'm not a big, I love it. And yet to me, it's like, it's just water. But I do love, but it's so weird because I love water with lemon in it, even hot water with lemon. Love it. Hot water with lemon is really good when your throat is, just a little hoarse or whatever. There used to be opera singers at my dad's restaurant when I was growing up. And the opera singers always sat there before they started to sing and they drank hot water with lemon in it. I used to bring them in a little coffee cup on the saucer with the lemon slice and the hot boiling water. And they would squeeze it and drink it. And apparently it opened everything up so they could sing. So anyway, which I really can't. I love to sing. I'm just not really a singer. I don't know. Somebody told me when I was a kid I was off tune, and it kind of stuck with me for life. Even though I sang concert choir in high school, but just always had that thing. See what our childhoods do to us. Anyway, go squeeze your lemons, limes, oranges that are getting ready to go. Put them in the freezer in ice cube trays. Put them in Ziploc bags and save them. Make sure to label them. And you're set. Nothing goes to waste, and you've got them ready to go. You don't need that artificial squeezy bottle thing. And have a nice, you know what? You can use some of that lemon juice today. Make that chicken piccata we made last week lemony, really good. So anyway, have a great day, and I will see you guys next when I see you. Mwah! Ciao.